The grand wedding day of Serena Liu. The entire internet exploded. To publicly humiliate a scumbag cheater like me, she deliberately put me on trial live on stream, wanting to smash every cheap gift I ever left behind. The old wooden guitar, stuffed with faded memories, was slammed down hard. No splinters of wood flew out. Instead, a blood-stained pawn ticket fluttered free, and a lifetime transfer contract, forever giving up authorship rights. Public opinion surged in an instant. The song that built her fame, the one she wore like a crown, was really the dowry I traded for half my life. And right now I'm wearing this ill-fitting waiter's vest, holding a tray of wine, standing in front of her, and that spoiled young master, watching them mock me freely. Ethan, huh? Does trash like you even deserve to toast our happiness? Day 195. After the breakup with Serena Liu, I received her wedding invitation. The delivery guy's contemptuous stare didn't even try to hide it. He fixed his eyes on the box of overnight fried rice in my hand, then glanced over this crumbling dormitory block waiting for demolition. It was hard to connect the broken man in front of him with the ex-boyfriend of the superstar, Serena Liu. The gold-plated card gleamed blindingly in the dark, damp hallway. Groom, Tyler Lamb, Prince of High Society. That year, Serena Liu insisted he was just a normal friend, an investor. My hands wouldn't stop shaking, not from lingering feelings, but from severe tendinitis after years of heavy lifting. The invitation was tossed carelessly onto the grease-stained table. I sent 500 yuan to an old friend, asked him to deliver the congratulatory money for me, wishing her every happiness. 500 yuan, half a month's living expenses for me. That night, Weibo crashed. The keyword, Serena Liu and Tyler Lamb's wedding of the century, became a trending topic, glowing purple. To warm things up for the wedding, the usually icy Serena Liu suddenly went live, breaking her own rules. Topic: farewell to the past, embracing the future. In the live room, she wore a high-end gown worth 7 figures. Makeup flawless, not a single imperfection. Tyler Lamb had his arm around her waist, his Patek Philippe watch catching the cold light. Keeping old things around only brings bad vibes. Today, we're cleaning house. In front of everyone. Think of it as a little treat for the fans. Tyler Lamb pointed at the cardboard boxes behind him with a sneer. Just a bunch of cheap street stall junk. Looking at it makes my skin crawl. I recognized those boxes with one glance. Inside, they held 5 years of memories between me and Serena Liu. Comments went wild, numbers flying. Tyler's on fire. Out with the old, in with the new. Should have thrown that crap away ages ago. That Ethan Ha, who clings to women's skirts. What decent gift could he possibly give? Heard back then Ethan Ha wanted to climb higher. So, he dumped our Serena. Scum like him, burn his stuff to ashes. I sat in my moldy rented room, staring at the screen flooded with abuse. My heart strangely calm. I even peeled open a pack of sausages expired by a day, chewing slowly. This must be the first guitar he ever gave me. Serena Liu pulled out an old, worn wooden guitar. That was what I saved for 3 months busking under the underpass, just to buy it for her. Back then, she was only an intern, hugging the guitar, crying, saying she'd never marry anyone else in this life. The strings aren't even in tune anymore. Keeping it just takes up space. Tyler Lamb gave a mocking laugh, took the guitar, raised it high, and smashed it to the floor. My lifelong dream felt crushed straight into my heart. My chewing stopped mid-bite. The taste of expired meat suddenly turned bitterly sharp in my mouth. The noisy comments in the live room suddenly went dead silent for a moment. Strangely so. With the sound of the guitar shattering, an envelope, sealed with craft paper, flew out. The camera zoomed in. The envelope looked aged. The red wax seal, still vivid. Faint words visible. To Serena, love of my life. Serena Liu froze. She never expected anything hidden inside that broken guitar. What is this? Love letter or IOU? Tyler Lamb pretended to tease. Probably not a breakup fee invoice, right? He bent down to pick it up. Ripped the seal open roughly. A yellowed sheet of paper fell out, followed by a red invoice. Tyler Lamb picked it up casually, about to read it aloud. Then his smile froze at the corners of his mouth. Under the high-definition lens, tens of millions of netizens saw every word clearly. It was a copyright transfer agreement. Party A, Ethan Ha. Party B, Star Ocean Entertainment. Content. Ethan Ha voluntarily transfers all his original song, including Winds Rise Like Serena and 20 other hits like That Summer Year. All copyrights and authorship rights unconditionally transferred to Serena Liu, and for life, never to claim he was the composer. That red invoice was the emergency room payment receipt from 3 years ago. Amount 500 yuan. Note clearly written. Proceeds from selling copyrights. Used to cover Serena Liu's mother's surgery. The entire live room fell into a deathly hush. Exactly 10 seconds later, comments exploded like a volcano. Holy crap, did I see that right? Winds Rise was written by Ethan. Huh? Isn't that the song that made Serena Liu famous? Didn't she always promote herself as a genius songwriter? The real point is that invoice. 3 years ago, Serena Liu's mom got sick. Wasn't it Tyler Lamb who found the doctor and paid for the surgery? How is it suddenly Ethan Ha's copyright money now? If this is real, then for 3 years we've been cursing Ethan Ha as a leech, a bloodsucker. Was that unfair? Don't get fooled upstairs. Maybe it's fake. Serena Liu's face went deathly white. She trembled as she snatched the paper, staring at the handwriting. This is my writing. She knew it too well. Every stroke, every character, were things she once adored. Watching me write late into the night. This can't be, she muttered, her voice thick with panic. Tyler Lamb reacted lightning fast. He snatched the paper and crumpled it. Everyone, don't misunderstand. This is definitely a vicious prank. From that lowlife, Ethan Ha. He's trying to blackmail Serena with this. Everyone knows. A guy like him will do anything? Exactly. It's fake for sure. That useless Ethan Ha. How could he possibly write a masterpiece like Winds Rise? Just to leech off fame, even daring to fake contracts. Disgusting. Fans and water army started frantically whitewashing. But I knew Serena Liu's mind was already in chaos. In the lens, her eyes looked vacant. No trace left of her earlier arrogance. Old Zhang from next door knocked. Ethan. Stop watching. Time to work. Big event at Shengxi Hotel tonight. Handling audio for 1 night. 300 yuan. You coming? Shengxi Hotel was exactly where Serena Liu and Tyler Lamb held their engagement banquet. I turned off the phone, swallowed the last bite of sausage, brushed the crumbs off my hands. Going. Why wouldn't I? 300 yuan gets me strong painkillers for a whole week. At Shengxi Hotel, the manager tossed me an oversized waiter's vest, told me to wear a mask and cap, then assigned me to carry wine crates. The banquet hall was dazzling. Champagne tower, soaring high. Half the entertainment industry gathered here. Laughter and clinking glasses filled the air. I bowed my head, slipping through the crowd, like a sewer rat that wandered into paradise. Truth is, I worried for nothing. Now I'm thin and frail, back hunched, My back covered in twisted burn scars from the fire. No longer the handsome young man from years ago. Even if I took off the mask, probably no one would recognize me. On the big screen, a sweet VCR played. Thank you all for coming to our engagement party. Tyler Lamb led Serena Liu onto the stage, faces glowing. Even though there was a little hiccup in the live stream earlier, a few clowns trying to ruin our mood, but it only makes us love each other more. Thunderous applause below. Serena Liu smiled, but the smile was strained. Her eyes occasionally drifted to a corner below the stage, as if searching for something. Is she looking for that dancing clown? I carried the wine tray, ready to pour. A sharp voice suddenly rang in my ear. Oh, isn't this Ethan, huh? My hand shook. Red wine spilled across the pristine white tablecloth, like a melting snowflake. I looked up and met Tyler Lamb's venomous stare. He had stepped down from the stage at some point, looking down at me with pure superiority. The surroundings instantly went quiet. Countless eyes locked onto me. Serena Liu looked over too, seeing the oversized uniform I wore. Her pupils shrank sharply. It's really Ethan, huh? My God, how did he end up this pathetic? Ex-boyfriend turned waiter. This plot is pure dog blood drama. The whispering gossip stabbed my ears like needles. I set the tray down, about to walk away. Stay right there. Tyler Lamb blocked my path. Old friends meeting. Not even a hello before you run off. What? Guilty conscience. He scanned me from head to toe, not bothering to hide the mockery in his eyes. That fake contract from the live stream earlier. You planted it on purpose, didn't you? To stage this little show today. You've been plotting for a long time, right? If you want money, just say it. How much? 100,000? 200,000? As he spoke, he pulled out a thick stack of cash, slapped it across my face like charity to a beggar. Slap! The red bills scattered in the air, like mocking rain, landing beside my dust-covered shoes. Take the money and get lost. Don't be an eyesore here. I looked down at the cash on the floor, unmoving. Serena Liu stepped forward and tugged his sleeve. Tyler, don't do this. Serena, you're too soft-hearted. Tyler Lamb gripped her hand back. To deal with a thick-skinned ex like this, you have to be ruthless. Otherwise, he'll think you're still hung up on the past. He turned to me again, eyes full of triumph. Ethan, I'm warning you. Don't think faking some papers will clean your name. Back then you cheated behind Serena's back with that rich woman, Sophia Tao. In this circle, everyone knows. Now, pretending to be devoted. What for? The moment Sophia Tao was mentioned, Serena Liu's body shook violently. The pity in her eyes vanished completely, replaced by ice-cold detachment. Ethan, her voice was frigid. Take the money and go. I don't want to see you today, and I never want to hear another word about you and that woman. I slowly lifted my head, pulled off the mask, revealing a pale, gaunt face covered in patchy stubble. Looking at the woman I once loved more than my own life, I only felt absurd. Sophia Tao, my voice rasped, like sandpaper scraping hard. You really believe I was with her for money back then? Tyler Lamb sneered. If not, then what? Sophia Tao was the most powerful investor at the time. You climbed into her bed for a career boost. Serena caught you red-handed and you still dare blame her? Can that be fake? People around started pointing fingers, eyes full of disgust. Truly vile, clinging like that. No wonder he's such a wreck. I ignored Tyler Lamb, stared straight into Serena Liu's eyes. Serena Liu, 3 years ago, your vocal cord nodule surgery. Who helped you get in touch with the doctor? Serena Liu frowned. It was Tyler. he said he used overseas connections. Really? I curled my lip, smiling with pure sarcasm. Do you know that German specialist? His second-generation disciple never takes private appointments unless someone provides a case that genuinely interests him in medical research or extremely rare vocal data models. Serena Liu was stunned. What are you saying? Nothing at all. I bent down, picked up the fallen name tag, dusted it off and pinned it back carefully. I just want you to know, Sophia Tao isn't some rich lady. She's Professor Schmidt, his only prized student in the country. I went to her not to climb higher, but to beg her to send your vocal data to her junior sister to secure that surgery slot. I stayed in her lab as a human guinea pig for 3 full months, trading a massive gastric hemorrhage just to earn her recommendation letter. The whole hall erupted. Tyler Lamb's face twisted. You're full of shit. Anyone can make up stories. Where's the proof? Show it. I smiled bitterly. The proof was inside that guitar. Too bad you smashed it yourself. Besides the copyright transfer contract, there was a secret compartment with a USB holding all my demos from the last 3 years. Chat logs with Sophia Tao and the real body sale contract. But I didn't get to say how small that USB was. When the guitar shattered, it rolled off somewhere. Maybe this is fate. You're lying, Serena Liu choked with emotion. If you did all that to save me, why didn't you explain back then? Why admit to cheating? Why insist on breaking up? My eyes were hollow, as if piercing through time itself. Because the doctor told me I was sick too, and it was the incurable kind. As soon as the words left my mouth, the sound system screeched sharply. The big screen flashed bright, showing a surveillance clip. Timestamp in the corner. 3 years ago. In the frame, a gaunt man, kneeling in front of a woman in a white coat, banging his head frantically. It was me and Sophia Tao. No audio, but my lip movements were crystal clear. Please save Serena. No matter the cost, I'm willing. In the frame, a diagnosis appeared clearly. Camera zoomed closer. The writing blurred but readable. Acoustic neuroma, compressing the auditory nerve. Recommend immediate surgery. 90% chance of total hearing loss afterward. For a musician, losing hearing is worse than death. The video kept playing. Tyler Lamb panicked and shouted, "Cut the power!" The hall plunged into pitch black. Only faint green emergency lights remain. Who played this? Which bastard dared show that video? Tyler Lamb's helpless screams echoed in the dark. In the blackness, a burning gaze fixed on me. Lights snapped back on Ao. Serena Liu rushed forward, grabbed my collar tight, nails digging into skin, eyes bloodshot, tears pouring. Acoustic neuroma? Hearing loss? Her voice shook. Each word hissed through clenched teeth. Ethan, ha! This is what you meant by loving someone else? This is what you meant by us not being right for each other? You lied to me. You deceived me for 3 whole years. She shook my shoulders frantically, as if trying to wake the soul that once loved her so deeply from this broken shell. Your ears. Can you still hear anything now? Huh? Answer me. Looking at her broken state, I felt no thrill of revenge. Too late, far too late. I pried her fingers off one by one, finger by finger, then made a move that silenced the entire hall. I pulled out the hearing aid I'd prepared, slipped it into my left ear right in front of everyone. A faint electronic hum sounded. The noisy world flooded back into my ear. I adjusted the frequency, looking at Serena Liu, face drained of color, and Tyler Lamb. Full of terror, I spoke calmly. Serena the superstar, stop performing. I'm not here to relive the past. I'm here to take back what's mine. I pointed at the USB, lying at my feet after being kicked aside. Inside, besides the so-called evidence, there's also the recording between young Master Tyler and the attending doctor in the hospital corridor 3 years ago. Want to hear it? Tyler Lamb's face went paper white. He collapsed to the floor. Tyler Lamb suddenly lunged, reaching for the silver USB. Give it here. It's mine. The moment his fingers nearly touched it, I shifted aside, steady on my feet from years of hard labor, while the pampered man lost balance, stumbled and crashed into the speaker stand. A heavy thud. Gasps of surprise rose from below. I didn't spare him a glance. Turned around, plugged the USB into the control console linked to the big screen. My finger hovered over play for 1 sec. In that instant, I looked at Serena Liu. She was covering her mouth, eyes darting wildly between me and Tyler Lamb, not knowing what to do. Don't play it, Ethan, huh? Name your price. I'll pay anything. 1 million? 10 million? Tyler Lamb crawled up in pain, screaming, "Turn it off! Cut the power!" Too late. I hit enter. Speakers screeched with electronic feedback. Then, a voice everyone knew too well, blasted through the PA system, slammed into the dead silent hall. "Young Master Lamb, Miss Liu's mother's condition can't wait any longer. Surgery must happen now." It was an unfamiliar doctor's voice. Then, Tyler Lamb's voice, dripping with malice and indifference. "Why the panic? That old hag isn't dying anytime soon. No rush." The hall buzzed. Serena Liu's pupils shrank. Her body swayed, almost collapsing. The recording continued. "But young Master Lamb, the patient is in severe pain. If she's in pain, pump her with more painkillers. Can't understand human speech. Surgery has to be delayed. That idiot Ethan Ha hasn't coughed it up yet. The copyrights. He doesn't sign. How am I supposed to promote Serena? Only corner him. For that old hag's life, he'll obediently spit out those 20 songs. But, no buts. Listen clearly. This surgery money is paid by me, Tyler Lamb. I decide when it's done. As for Ethan, let him sell blood, sell kidneys, whatever. As long as he doesn't find out, I have plenty of money to treat the old hag." The recording cut off abruptly. The wedding hall went silent as a tomb. Even breathing seemed drained away. Only the occasional pop of champagne bubbles, sounding unnaturally harsh. Every eye, like sharp arrows, pierced straight into Tyler Lamb, collapsed on the floor. The admiring, fawning gazes from before, now only shock, contempt, even horror. Serena Liu's face bloodless, lips trembling, unable to speak a single word. She turned mechanically, looking at the man she once saw as her savior, old hag. Her voice shook violently, as if someone had choked her throat. "You called my mother an old hag to force Ethan Ha to sell the copyrights? So that 500 surgery fee really came from Ethan Ha selling his body?" Tyler Lamb was truly terrified. He crawled on hands and knees towards Serena Liu, desperately clutching her dress hem. "Serena, listen to me explain. This is fake, just edited. AI tech is so advanced now. This recording was definitely faked by someone Ethan Ha hired. I love you. I always respected your mom. Fake your fucking ass." A thunderous shout. The grand doors were shoved open. A group of tall black-suited bodyguards marched in, swiftly taking control of the scene. The woman leading them strode in on 10th cm, red-soled heels, dressed in a perfectly tailored black business suit. Her presence crushed everyone around her. Sophia Tao, the rich lady, rumored to have kept me. Also, the PhD in medicine. who once scolded me in the lab for nearly throwing my life away over a woman. She walked coldly straight to the control panel. Tyler Lamb saw Sophia Tao. A flash of despair crossed his eyes. Then he snapped, grabbed a wine bottle from the table and hurled it at the console. "I'll smash your damn machine." The bottle hadn't left his hand before two black-suited guards pinned him down, face smashed into cold leftover food, half-eaten creamy pasta smeared across his face. His expensive suit instantly soaked in grease. "Let me go. Do you know who I am? I'm from the Lamb family." "Lamb family?" Sophia Tao sneered, stepped right in front of him. Looking down, she patted his cheek. "Starting today, high society has no room for the Lamb family. Medical fraud, intentional injury, commercial extortion. Tyler Lamb. Spend the rest of your life, counting days, in prison." Tyler Lamb kept struggling, mouth spewing filth nonstop. Like a dying fish, pinned to the board, Sophia Tao wiped her hand in disgust, turned. Her gaze swept the crowd and landed on me. The sharp look from earlier softened the moment it hit my ill-fitting waiter's vest, turning into deep pity and burning rage. She strode to me. "You just let him bully you like this?" She gritted her teeth, eyes red-rimmed. "Where's that pride you used to have?" I curled my lips slightly, pulling a sharp pain in my lungs. Could only rasp a few dry words. Used to it. Used to what the hell? Sophia Tao suddenly reached out, grabbed my shirt collar and yanked hard. The sound of tearing fabric rang through the silent hall, clear as day. The cheap, thin shirt ripped open at the back with one pull, revealing the back I'd always hidden. Gasps of shock echoed everywhere. Countless eyes locked onto my back. There was no normal skin, only twisted, knotted scars. Dark red like melted candle wax. Like vicious centipedes crawling across my back, stretching up to the nape, making people shudder. Some timid guests covered their mouths, letting out frightened cries. Serena Liu stood 2 meters behind me, staring blankly at the horrific scars, body frozen as if struck by lightning. "This," she stammered, speechless. Sophia Tao turned, threw a stack of documents from her bag, slammed them into Serena Liu's perfectly made-up face. Papers scattered, old fire incident files, and hospital injury assessment reports. "Serena, the superstar. Don't you recognize these wounds?" Sophia Tao's voice was ice cold. Each word stabbed deep. 5 years ago, the apartment fire in the south of the city. You were drunk unconscious. Who carried you down from the 6th floor? Who shielded you with his own body, blocking the burning beam that fell? You woke up remembering the firefighters saved you, remembering Tyler Lamb bringing breakfast to your bedside. Did you ever once ask where the man who carried you out disappeared to? Serena Liu trembled as she picked up the assessment from the floor. Patient Ethan Ha, 3rd-degree burns over multiple areas. Burn area on back reaching 40%, accompanied by respiratory damage from inhaling hot smoke. The date was the night of the major fire 5 years ago. No, impossible. Serena Liu's tears spilled over. She looked at me through blurred vision. Back then you said you went drinking. Said you got into a fight and got hurt. If I hadn't said that, would you have been willing to carry these scars beside me for life? I looked at her calmly, voice hoarse, from damaged vocal cords. Back then you had just entered the industry. If people found out your boyfriend was a disfigured monster, your career would have ended. So I became the drunken troublemaker, and Tyler Lamb became your guardian angel. Serena Liu, you're so easy to fool. Each word like a rusty dull knife, slicing deep into her heart. Serena Liu collapsed completely. She staggered forward, trembling hands, reaching, wanting to touch the bumpy scars on my back. "Don't touch him!" Sophia Tao suddenly swung, knocked her hand away hard. A sharp slap rang out. Serena Liu's hand swelled red instantly. You don't deserve to. Sophia Tao stood in front of me, like a lioness guarding her cub. Look closely. This is the fire he blocked for you. The life you yourself extinguished. For 5 years he wrote songs for you with this scarred body. Saved every penny for your surgery. Just so he wouldn't burden you. He chose to vanish, rotting in the mud. And you? What did you do? You smashed his guitar on live stream. Humiliated him at your own wedding. Wanted to grind his last shred of dignity under your heel. Serena Liu, has your conscience been eaten by dogs? Sophia Tao's interrogation grew louder, sharp and piercing. On-site reporters swarmed like sharks smelling blood. Flash bulbs flashing wildly, shutters clicking nonstop. On the big screen, the live comments exploded. Public opinion flipped in an instant. Beast. Tyler Lamb is a real animal. Cry. So the line, this fire burning the body, just an ordinary thing in Wind's Rise, was drawn from real life. We all owe Ethan Ha an apology. God, what did I curse him with? Serena Liu is blind. A man like that, she threw him away like trash. Heart-murdering destruction. This is true, heart-murdering destruction. Serena Liu crumpled to the floor. Her pure white wedding dress spread wide, like a withered white lotus. She cried until her heart tore apart. Makeup smeared beyond recognition. Utterly wretched. Ethan. Ha, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I really didn't know anything. She crawled over and clung to my legs. Cries full of grief. Can we start over? I don't need Tyler Lamb anymore. I only need you. I have money. I can cure you. I can take you to the best hospital and start again. I bent down and looked at her. My heart didn't stir at all. There was a time I thought the truth would bring me satisfaction. But now, seeing the woman I once loved so deeply, kneeling and begging like a dog, I only felt exhausted. Exhaustion that reached my very soul. The electronic hum suddenly surged, turning into a piercing screech. The world began to spin. Vision blurred. The magnificent wedding hall warped and stretched, turning into bizarre patches of color. A sweet metallic taste rose in my throat. Impossible to hold back. Too late, Serena. I gently pushed her hands away. Voice light as a sigh. Some things once broken are broken forever. And I also want to say, I have no time left. My mouth opened. What came out wasn't sound, but a gush of bright red liquid. Puff! Fresh blood spurted out onto Serena Liu's priceless white wedding dress, blooming into a tragic crimson plum blossom. That red more glaring than the red carpet itself. The surrounding gasps grew distant, as if filtered through thick water. I saw Serena Liu's expression shift from pleading to utter horror. She screamed, mouth wide. But I heard nothing anymore. The last sound in my hearing aid faded completely. The world sank into absolute silence. My body fell backward. Weightlessness rushed in. In the final moment, as consciousness dissolved, I saw Sophia Tao rushing toward me in panic. Saw Tyler Lamb being cuffed by police. Saw flashbulbs dancing across the sky. This ridiculous play called Wedding finally came to an end. In the end, this play ended in my funeral. Good. At least this time I didn't lose. Darao. See. An endless void. How long it lasted, I don't know. A faint light suddenly flickered ahead. I tried to open my eyes, but eyelids felt heavy as lead. Defibrillator charging. 200 joules. Prepare to shock. Boom. My whole body jerked violently. then crashed back down, chest feeling crushed by a sledgehammer. The sharp pain instantly woke my comatose mind. Strong disinfectant smell flooded my nose. I'm still not dead. Machine beeps sounded weakly but steadily. I struggled to crack my eyes open. Surgical lights, blinding, forced me to squint in the hazy vision. Several figures in scrubs moved busily. Patient's vitals recovering. A miracle. This is a miracle. Notify the family immediately. No. Notify Dr. Tao. I moved my fingers, wanting to grasp something. A warm hand immediately took mine, but not Sophia Tao's. The hand was very soft, trembling hard, palm slick with cold sweat. Ethan Ha, don't die. The choked voice belonged to Serena Liu. Disgust rose in my heart. In this state, she's still clinging to me. I wanted to pull away, but no strength left. The patient needs quiet rest. Family, please leave. The nurse snapped sternly. I'm not leaving. I'm his wife. I have to stay with him. Serena Liu screamed out of control, begging, please let me see him. Wife? A cold voice cut in. Sophia Tao stepped in wearing protective gear, holding a stack of medical records. She walked to the operating table, looked down at Serena Liu, eyes full of mockery. Miss Liu, I think you're mistaken. Ethan Ha never registered marriage with you, did he? Moreover, just before he slipped into coma, he signed a power of attorney. Sophia Tao raised the documents. From now on, I'm his full medical proxy. And you, she pointed straight at the door, are nothing but an unrelated stranger. Get out. Serena Liu froze. No, you can't do this. He loves me. Love? Sophia Tao laughed, as if hearing the biggest joke. Look at him now. No patch of healthy flesh left on his body. Acoustic neuroma, compressing the brainstem. Severe gastric ulcers. This is exactly what his love for you cost him. Guards, drag her out. 2 security guards stepped in, lifted Serena Liu by both arms. Ethan Ha, wake up. Tell them you don't want me to leave, right? Serena Liu struggled desperately. The face that once drove fans wild, now twisted beyond recognition. I closed my eyes, not wanting to see or hear. If possible, I hope I never meet her again in this lifetime. The door closed. The world finally fell quiet. Sophia Tao came to my bedside, gently tucked the blanket corner, movements soft as if handling fragile porcelain. You idiot, she murmured, voice thick with unshed tears. You kept your life, but your hearing probably can't be saved anymore. I opened my eyes and looked at her. It's okay. I wanted to tell her, not hearing is actually better. This world is too noisy, full of lies and betrayal. Not hearing makes it cleaner. Sophia Tao seemed to read my look. She sighed, took something from her pocket, and placed it in my palm. A ring, woven from guitar strings. That year, I made it myself to propose to Serena Liu. She called it cheap and tossed it into a corner. Unexpectedly, Sophia Tao had picked it up, found it in the smashed guitar box. Sophia Tao looked at me. Ethan Ha, someone like Serena Liu doesn't deserve you, but the brilliant soul behind this ring deserves to keep living, even if it's just for revenge. You have to live better than any of them. I gripped the rough ring tightly. The metal strings cut into my palm with sharp pain. But that pain made me feel more alive than ever. Yes, I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, the story isn't over. If the sword of truth has been drawn, let it cut deeper still. The ICU's soundproof glass is excellent. But that glaring white still woke me. It was Serena Liu. Still in her blood-stained wedding dress, makeup washed away by tears, smeared, curly hair once perfectly styled, now tangled like dry grass, at her nape. She pressed herself against the glass outside the barrier. Those eyes that once held only stage lights and Tyler Lamb now stared fixedly at me on the hospital bed. I moved my fingers slightly. White mist exhaled through the oxygen mask. Sophia Tao stepped in front of her view. Sophia Tao had changed back into her white coat. Behind her stood 4 security guards, and Lawyer Wang holding a folder under his arm. Old Wang, let me in. I'm his wife. I have the right to know his condition. Through the thick glass, I could still read Serena Liu's exaggerated lip movements. She shoved at the guards. Nails, raking bloody lines down a young guard's arm. Sophia Tao watched her coldly, without a word. Just reached into her pocket, pulled out a file along with an object. A yellowed diary. Dark green cover, worn thin and sweat-stained over years. Faded to gray-white. Deep claw marks on the leather. From nights I scratched in agony from headaches. I recognized it instantly. My only confidant. Through those 2 years of deafness. Sophia Tao swung her arm, hurled the diary toward Serena Liu through the crowd. The diary wasn't heavy, but it made Serena Liu stagger back a step. You want the truth. Sophia Tao's voice came through the door, cracked, cold as a scalpel. You want to know why he cheated? Why he pushed you away? Serena Liu, open those dog eyes and look closely. This is the answer you've been begging for. Serena Liu trembled, bent down to pick up the moldy notebook, and the breath of old pages rose. She opened the first page. I closed my eyes. What was written there wasn't romance, but a musician's struggle. In a world without sound, outside the corridor, Serena Liu's hands shook violently. Rough, damp pages, each one stained with dried watermarks. Those were tears. And perhaps vomit stains from gastric pain attacks. April 15, 2021. Today, the wind in my ears is deafening, like 10,000 cicadas screaming. The doctor said the tumor is compressing the auditory nerve. Surgery only has a 1 in 10 chance. I don't dare tell Serena. Today she got her Supergirl promotion card. She smiled so happily. I can't let her have a deaf boyfriend. Absolutely not. Serena Liu's pupils shrank violently. She remembered that day. She rushed home beaming with good news. But found Ethan, smashing things everywhere. She thought he was drunk and crazy. Scolded him as useless mud that wouldn't stick to the wall. Turns out that day he was experiencing the collapse of his world. She turned the page. June 2nd, 2021. 1. Can't hear anything anymore. Completely gone. Today I tried playing. Fingers pressed the strings. Only vibration, no sound. I'm no different from a cripple. Held the guitar and cried all afternoon. Serena came home. I was afraid she'd notice. So I pretended to flirt on the phone with Sophia Tao. She went berserk, slammed the door and left. I'm sorry, Serena. The only way to make you hate me is so you can fly free without any baggage. Tyler Lamb can give you resources, give you money. I can only give you a crippled future that needs constant care. Get lost. Stay far away from me. I'm begging you. Serena Liu let out a choked sob like she was dying. She covered her mouth tightly, heart surging with unbearable sorrow. She remembered that day standing in the rain, pointing at Ethan and cursing him for half an hour. Cursing him disgusting. Cursing him a skirt chaser. Cursing. He's not even worth 1 toe of Tyler Lamb. What did Ethan Ha do? He just leaned against the doorframe, calmly smoking, a mocking smile on his lips. Turns out he heard nothing at all. He used fake coldness to sever every tie, to push her toward that bright future. September 10th, 2021. Just finished a song called Wind's Rise. Serena said, "The lyrics are beautiful. When the wind rises, I will leave to the horizon, where clouds gather." She thought this was the love song I wrote for her. Foolish. She thought it was a love ballad. But it was my swan song. When the wind rises, that's when I leave this world. The tumor in my brain keeps growing. Every pain attack feels like someone drilling into my temple. Sophia Tao said I must start chemo. I refused. Chemo would make me lose all my hair. I'd become hideous. I don't want to look pathetic when I die. Just give her this song. Consider it my final dowry. Serena Liu bent over and dry heaved. Green bile mixed with sour water made her cough violently, tears and snot streaming in. Wind's Rise, the song that made her name. Her masterpiece, when she stood on the Golden Melody stage, in choked tears thanking Tyler Lamb for his companionship. In countless interviews, she explained with emotion that it's a love song about letting go and freedom. The whole internet praised her for capturing heartbreak so perfectly. Ridiculous. She stepped on her lover's blood and bones, drank his blood for 3 years of glory. Amid applause, she mistook a cry for help as sweet nothings, mistook a farewell as a stepping stone to fame. Seen enough? Sophia Tao had appeared in front of her at some point, looking at her with utter contempt. You thought he was a scumbag? You thought he wanted my money? Sophia Tao laughed coldly, pulled out her phone and played a video, shoved it right in Serena Liu's face. Hospital corridor surveillance. Ethan Ha, skin and bones, kneeling on the floor, grabbing the hem of Sophia Tao's white coat, head banging the ground with heavy thuds. No audio, but Sophia Tao narrated. That day your vocal nodules worsened badly, needed 500 yuan for surgery, and the German specialist's slot. Ethan Ha knelt and begged me, said as long as I saved you, he'd be my test subject. Do you know the side effects of that experimental drug? Whole body nerve pain, 10 times worse than childbirth. He writhed in agony in the lab, bit through his lips without making a sound. The moment he got the money, he smiled like a happy child. And you, what were you doing that day, Serena Liu? You were on a yacht with Tyler Lamb, toasting champagne for his birthday, posting on Weibo thanking young Master Lamb for giving you a new life. The diary slipped from Serena Liu's hands. Her legs gave out. She collapsed to the floor. Around her, unknowingly crowded with patients, family members and media. Flash bulbs danced like lightning, illuminating her pale face. No place left to hide. Online public opinion had completely reversed. The keyword, apologize to Ethan Ha, hit no one hot search in just 10 minutes. Serena Liu's social accounts were instantly overrun. Murderer, bloodsucker. How does eating blood-stained buns taste? Turns out, Wind's Rise was his will. I cried and gagged for you, Serena Liu. Why don't you just die? Return his life. Return the 3 years of glory you stole from him. The venomous words once hurled at Ethan Ha, now stabbed back at Serena Liu, 10 times harder. She stared at the screen full of curses, at the fans who once called her goddess, now turning their backs, and felt only absurdity. This was the glory and fame she risked everything to gain. This was the peak she abandoned Ethan Ha to reach. Ethan Ha. She crawled on all fours toward the ICU door, nails scraping the cracks, crying until her heart tore. Let me in. Please. Let me see him. I have to see him. I have things to say. Too late! Sophia Tao kicked her hand away. The doctor just signed the critical condition notice. Cancer has metastasized to the brainstem. Surgery is pointless now. He only has hours left. Serena Liu froze in place. Brainstem metastasis. No different from a death sentence. No, no way. She shook her head frantically, tears flying. I have money. I have so much money now. I can hire the best doctors. I can fly him to America, to Switzerland. He doesn't need your filthy money. Sophia Tao turned away, voice thick with emotion. He's awake, and he has only one wish. Inside the ICU, I removed the oxygen mask myself. It hurt my face. The plastic smell made me nauseous. Sophia Tao rushed to stop me, but I waved her off lightly. My whole body felt weightless. The bone-deep pain that tormented me for so long suddenly vanished. I knew this was the return of light, my body squeezing out its final energy. So, I could walk the last stretch calmly. Night had fallen, the city's neon lights blazing bright, like rivers of color flowing by. I want to go home. Not that moldy rented room, but a place far older than that. The basement I rented myself, where there's a guitar, not the one Tyler Lamb smashed, but the very first redwood guitar of my life. It wasn't worth much. The sound wasn't anything special, but it carried me through the hardest years in a strange land. I raised my hand and made a few gestures. Left hand pressing chords, right hand strumming strings. Since I hadn't spoken in so long, my sign language was smoother than words. Sophia Tao understood instantly. Her eyes rimmed red. She bit her lip, nodded hard. Okay, let's go. She didn't urge me to keep fighting treatment, didn't spout useless words about hanging on. She knew me. Better to die holding a guitar in the wind than hooked up to tubes and collapse on a hospital bed. 10 minutes later, Sophia Tao pushed the wheelchair out of the ICU door. The crowd in the hallway parted automatically. Streamers who'd been raising phones to steal fame saw my state and lowered their hands in unison. I was so thin the patient gown hung loose, cheekbones jutting sharp, eyes sunken deep. The bandage on my head still seeped blood from when Tyler Lamb shoved me earlier. But I sat straight. Serena Liu was still slumped on the floor. When she saw me come out, she sprang up to rush forward. But Sophia Tao's glare forced her back. Ethan, she called timidly. Can we go home? I'll cook for you. Your favorite braised pork. I didn't glance at her once. My gaze slid past her toward the elevator at the end of the corridor. That was the exit. Freedom. Get out of the way. Sophia Tao pushed the wheelchair straight into Serena Liu, blocking the path. The metal footrest scraped across her calf. She cried out in pain but didn't dare dodge, just staggered afterwards. Ethan, look at me. It's Serena. Don't you love me the most? You said you'd marry me. You said you'd write music for me your whole life. She wailed desperately. The elevator doors opened. Sophia Tao pushed me inside. Serena Liu tried to squeeze in, but Lawyer Wang blocked her with an arm. Miss Liu, please have some dignity. My client doesn't want to see you right now. If you keep disturbing him, we'll sue for harassment. The doors closed slowly. Through the gap, I saw Serena Liu's desperate face. That face, once the most beautiful view in my dreams, now looked utterly strange. I didn't hate her. Hate takes energy, and right now, even breathing felt exhausting. I just didn't care anymore. Outside the hospital, Sophia Tao's black executive car waited. The early winter night wind was biting, cutting my face like knives, but I greedily drew a deep breath. the taste of freedom mixed with exhaust fumes, and the distant scent of roasted sweet potatoes. Sophia Tao lifted me into the car. She was strong, or maybe I was just that light. The moment the door shut, a scream came from behind. "Ethan, huh? Don't go!" Serena Liu chased after, barefoot, her high heels lost somewhere, the million-yuan wedding dress, splattered with mud and filth, whipped by wind like a tattered white flag. The car pulled away. She went mad chasing it, slamming the windows. "Stop the car!" Sophia Tao, "Stop the car!" "Ethan, ha! You can't abandon me. I know I was wrong. I really know. Please, just look at me one more time." She ran wildly through traffic, oblivious to speeding cars. Pedestrians scattered in horror. Some recognized her, pointing and whispering. The once untouchable superstar, now pitiful beyond words. Sophia Tao glanced at me in the rearview, foot never easing off the gas, only pressing harder. "Should we stop?" she asked. I shook my head, turned, pressed my face to the cold wind under the yellow streetlights. I watched the white figure shrinking outside. She fell, crawled up and ran again, fell once more. This time, she didn't rise, but knelt in the middle of the road, sobbing toward the fading taillights. But I heard nothing. My world was quiet, only the vibration of tires on asphalt, traveling through the seat to my spine. I looked at her, eyes calm, as if watching a stranger pass by. "Goodbye, Serena Liu. When the wind rises, it's time for me to go. This time I'm really leaving." I closed my eyes, leaned back in the seat, lips curving slightly. That feeling, liberation. The car plunged into the tunnel's darkness, leaving the kneeling, weeping woman forever behind in those old years. Sophia Tao's car stopped at the foot of the crumbling dormitory block awaiting demolition. No red carpet here, just black puddles and piles of garbage in the corners. Air thick with sour rot. "Do you really want to go up there?" Sophia Tao killed the engine, gripped the wheel until her knuckles whitened. "Let's go back to the hospital. I'll have the professor fly in right away, even if just for pain relief." I shook my head. Painkillers don't save lives. They just cloud the mind. I want to stay clear for this last step. Sophia Tao didn't argue further. She got out, unfolded the wheelchair, lifted me into it. The stairwell was too narrow. Wheelchair wouldn't fit. So, she carried me on her back, still in her high-end business suit. I draped over her, light as dry bones. Third floor, rusty iron door pushed open. Moldy dampness hit instantly. This was home, my grave for 3 years. A 10-square-meter room, walls covered in soundproof foam, pinned thick with sheet music drafts, floor littered with instant noodle bowls, pill bottles, and a long broken wooden guitar. Not the one Tyler Lamb smashed, but the one I broke myself when pain became unbearable. Back then, I wanted to smash the tumor in my head, but only the body shattered. Sophia Tao set me on the 3-legged wooden chair, still sturdy. "Get me the guitar." I signed. Sophia Tao's eyes reddened. She picked up the guitar from the corner, half the strings broken, body wrapped in yellow tape, full of patches. I took it, fingertips touching the rough tape, familiar sensation threading through nerves. The guitar's ruined and so am I. A perfect pair. I pulled out a new roll of tape, tore it off, though I heard no rip. My hand felt the resistance. Started repairing. Loop after loop. Movements slow. Sophia Tao set up her phone and streaming gear. Support lights flared, harsh white light filling the cramped corner, illuminating my pale face. And a single photo on the wall. Serena Liu's face burned black with a cigarette tip. Ready? Sophia Tao asked. I nodded. She took a deep breath. Press start on the live stream. No announcement. No promotion. But the moment it went live, viewers surged. 100,000, 1 million, then 5 million. People flooding from the wedding stream. The whole internet waiting for this scumbag to appear. To watch the joke. I held the taped-up old guitar, adjusted my posture, lungs like stuffed with barbed wire, breath reeking of blood. But I sat straight, looking at the camera like my first stage 3 years ago. Back then, just showing my face flooded the screen with curses. Die, pay up. But today the screen was clean. Not one comment. Tens of millions online. Silent as a funeral. Everyone waiting. Maybe stunned. Maybe crushed by the breath of death approaching. I tuned the strings. Left hand pressing frets. Right hand strumming. No sound heard. So I pressed my cheek to the body. Wood vibrations traveling through bone to brain. Instinct remained even without hearing. These hands had played for 20 years. Fret spacing. String tension etched into marrow. Eyes closed, surroundings like deep sea. Immense pressure. Soundless void. I was exhaling final bubbles, pouring everything into this swan song. The door rattled violently. I opened my eyes. Sophia Tao turned, startled. Her face changed instantly. I heard nothing, but saw dust shaking off the door. Someone pounding madly outside. Sophia Tao peeked through the peephole, then leaned against the door, shook her head at me. She typed on her phone and showed me. It's Serena Liu. Guards are holding her back. Outside, I looked at that spotted iron door, paint peeling, rust showing. Just one door away. Inside, release. Outside, hell. She'd come in her filthy wedding dress, probably barefoot, wailing amid garbage. Imagining her now, makeup ruined, hair wild, like a madwoman, banging on the door she once despised, begging me to open, begging forgiveness. But I didn't want to see more. I withdrew my gaze, turned back to the lens, fingers lightly strummed. First chord rang. I knew it sounded broken, hoarse, mixed with tape buzz. But that didn't matter. Mouth opened, throat dry as swallowed coals. Damaged chords producing rough sounds. The wind outside has stilled. You should go too. That year's snow melted our vows and saved me. Sell this heart for a bus ticket to send you to the grandest castle beyond the clouds. This is the last letter to Serena, never released. No arrangement, no technique, just a dying man's final goodbye. I looked into the lens, eyes vacant, unfocused, mind flashing to our first meeting, her busking in the underpass, nose running from cold. But smiles so bright, first hand-holding, my palms sweaty. She wiped it on my shirt, then laced fingers tight. First fight, first kiss, ending under cold surgical lights. Doctor holding the scan. Keep hearing, or keep life, or leave money for someone who needs it more. I chose the third path. Don't look back at me. I'm already in your farewell words. Don't ask if it hurts. If it were truly bitter, this guitar would have shattered. Like my bones. Wear that wedding dress. Don't stain it with my blood. Singing to hear. Metallic sweetness rose in my throat. I forced it down. Live room still no comments. But, like skyrocketed in the corner. Door, pounding stop. Maybe Serena Liu heard. This door's soundproofing poor. If she pressed close, she'd hear. Inside, the man she once treated as trash, pouring last breath into a requiem. I could feel The person outside sliding down the door, collapsing to the floor, mouth covered, crying silently, afraid to disturb, like that, through one door. It was fine. To the climax. Deep breath, lungs expanding like they'd burst, fingers dancing wildly on frets, strumming harder, fingertips tearing, blood dyeing the yellow tape red. Fly away, don't stay a caged bird forever. Forget it. The pride burned away in that fire. Music stopped abruptly. I pressed strings hard, silencing all vibration. Deathly stillness. Head raised, gaze past the lens. Past Sophia Tao. Straight to the closed iron door. As if, piercing thick steel. Seeing the woman huddled outside. Facing the door. Facing emptiness. Facing this damned fate. I spoke softly. Voice light, calm. Like stating a long ago fact. Serena Liu, the Ethan Ha, who once loved you, died on the operating table 3 years ago. The moment words left, something in my heart fully released. A lightness I'd never known, like the rock crushing me for 3 years, finally crumbling. Outside, a dull thud, like someone slamming their head against the door, then choked sobs, slipping through cracks. But I paid no mind. I looked down at my guitar, vision blurring, surroundings darkening, only the support light growing brighter, like footage guiding to heaven, wanting one final note to close the curtain. Left hand pressed fret, right thumb struck hard, twang, a piercing snap, string broke under final force, broken steel, stabbed deep into finger, cutting to bone. Blood sprayed across body, across sheet music, across my lip. Painful, yet almost not. Hands fell limp. Guitar slid from lap. Crash. Hit the floor. Shattered completely. Like this lifetime's fate. Severed clean. I wanted to pick it up, but body lost control. Fell backward. World spinning. Sheet music on walls. Dancing. Sophia Tao lunged in horror, screaming something, but I heard nothing anymore. So tired. So sleepy. Eyelids heavy. Live. Image froze on my final pose. Pale face. Blood at mouth corner. Hand hanging, trembling faintly in air. Light and shadow stretched. Then sank deep into the sea. Before fully sinking into darkness, I seemed to see 18-year-old Serena Liu, in pure white dress, waving under sunlight. Ethan Ha, come here. The wind has risen. Yes, the wind has risen. Time for me to go. Live signal. Cut. Screen black. Livy red turned gray in the corner. Stream ended. 20 million people stayed. A full minute passed. First comment slowly scroll. White text. Ethan Ha, rest in peace. Then comments exploded like avalanche, filling the screen. Rest in peace. Sorry bro. Next life, don't meet her again. Screen flooded with candle icons, forming a blazing sea. Outside the door, Serena Liu heard the heavy fall inside. Heard Sophia Tao's heartbroken cries. Strength drained from her body. She clawed madly at the door, nails breaking, hands bloody. Open the door. Open it. Ethan Ha, don't sleep. Come out and curse me. You promised to marry me. You promised. I won't let you die. I won't. Guards released her. No need to block anymore. Serena Liu rammed the door, staggered inside. What greeted her was chaos. Shattered guitar, and the man in Sophia Tao's arms, blood at lips, long gone, eyes closed, expression peaceful, like sleeping deeply. After a long exhausting dream, Serena Liu knelt beside him, trembling hand reaching for his face. But Sophia Tao slapped it away. Don't touch him. Sophia Tao held Ethan Ha's cooling body, tears falling silently, eyes empty with despair. He said, "You're dirty." Serena Liu froze. In that moment, she finally understood. She'd won the whole world, but lost the only fool who'd give his life to love her. Forever, irretrievable. I'm dead, but my soul hasn't dissipated. Still hovering in the disinfectant-heavy hallway. Nurse draped white sheet over gaunt face. Monitor flatline. Sophia Tao knelt by the bed, buried face in my cold hand, shoulders shaking violently. No sound. She always held composure. This collapse fully restrained. At the corridor's end, the woman blocked by guards looked utterly disheveled. "Let me in. I'm his wife. We were about to marry." Serena Liu still screamed. $1,000,000 wedding dress, now filthy, draped crookedly on her hair. Sophia Tao stood, wiped tears dry. Turning, grief vanished. Only cold hardness remained. She dialed on her phone, requested public release of the will. Changnan International Airport. Tyler Lamb pulled his cap low, gripped one-way ticket to Thailand tightly, kept glancing back, face full of terror. Just through security. Board the plane and he'd be safe. "Mr. Lamb, please present your documents." Security reached out. Tyler Lamb's hand shook violently. Passport dropped multiple times. "Hurry, I'm in a rush." He bowed head, cold sweat trailing temples. The moment fingers touched the gate, arms from behind locked shoulders and wrists like vises. "Don't move! Police!" The scene felt familiar. Just hours ago, he directed guards to pin me down the same way. "Let go! I'm heir to Lamb Group. I want my lawyer." Tyler Lamb struggled, face pressed to marble floor, features distorted under pressure. "Tyler Lamb, you're under arrest for large-scale fraud, intentional injury and illegal trade, secret theft." Police read charges firmly. Additionally, Ms. Tao just provided new evidence. Recording of you faking medical records 3 years ago and inciting others to commit crimes. "Come with us." Cuffs tightened. Tyler Lamb lifted head. Caught hot news on airport. Big screen. White text on black. Renowned musician Ethan Ha, silent echo, passed away early this morning. Aged 26. Light in Tyler Lamb's eyes extinguished. He was dragged away, leaving a pathetic mess. 3 days later, pouring rain, washing the city clean. Funeral held at Western Suburb Mortuary. Sophia Tao followed my will. Everything minimal. No fresh flowers. No wailing. Just a memorial hall. And one black and white photo of me hugging guitar, laughing wide. From 5 years ago. Before deafness. Before meeting Serena Liu. Outside, luxury cars lined up. Most of entertainment industry present. Those who once called me parasite now in black suits. Solemnly bowing heads. Ironic. Alive. Ignored. Dead suddenly a musical genius. Serena Liu arrived. In full black mourning. Hair pinned high. Face bare and pale. Holding white chrysanthemums. The flower she once hated. Now perfectly fitting. She walked toward the hall. Each step heavy. Reporters snapped wildly. Flashes relentless. Magnifying her anguish. "Ethan Ha." She reached the door. Voice hoarse. "I came to see you." She tried to enter. A hand blocked her. Lawyer Wang. "Miss Liu, please stop." Lawyer Wang executed duties coldly. "You're not welcome here." Serena Liu stunned, bloodshot eyes staring. "I'm his widow. The woman who loved him 5 years. I have the right to see him off one last time. Widow! Lawyer Wang pushed glasses. Legally, Ethan Ha never married you. Emotionally, right before death, you held engagement with Tyler Lamb. Miss Liu, do you deserve widow? Surroundings buzz. Reporter Mix nearly poked her face. Miss Liu, what capacity are you here in? Heard Ethan Ha was abused by you while alive. Is that true? Those tears now, crocodile tears? Serena Liu staggered, face drained. She looked into the hall, at the figure holding the urn. Sophia Tao! Sophia Tao! Serena Liu shouted. What right do you have to block me? Let me see him one last time. I have words for him. Sophia Tao turned. White rose pinned a black coat. Looked at Serena Liu. Eyes cold. Emotionless. Lawyer Wang, read the will. Lawyer Wang took documents. Read aloud, to all. Testator Ethan Ha, upon death, all music copyright profits, bank deposits, and liquidated assets, donated to Silent Angels, Fund for Hearing Impaired Children's Rehabilitation. Serena Liu jerked head up. Hearing impaired children. My resistance to fate, the greatest mockery for her. Lawyer Wang continued. Regarding remains, after cremation, scatter ashes at sea. No tombstone, no grave, no memorial site. What? Serena Liu screamed. No tombstone? Then where do I visit him? Where do I find him? Lawyer Wang closed file. Ethan said. He doesn't want unrest after death. No tombstone means no chance for someone to fake tears and condolences. Summa, who everyone knows. Serena Liu collapsed. Rain-soaking morning clothes. Mud. Splashing face. He hates me. He hates me this much. Nails. Scratched ground. No, Miss Liu, you're wrong. Lawyer Wang took final item. A crumpled, yellowed letter. The only keepsake Ethan left you. Serena Liu lunged, tremblingly took it, thinking love letter, forgiveness, longing, opened it, saw handwriting, froze. Not a letter, but declaration. No debts between us. One line only. Stroke so forceful it pierced paper. This life's bond ends. Neither owes the other. If there's next life, may we never meet again. Signed, Ethan Ha. Dated day of acoustic neuroma diagnosis 3 years ago. From 3 years back, I'd prepared this severance. Even while still loving. Forced myself to uproot it. No, this isn't real. Serena Liu clutched paper, wailing. Ethan Ha, come out. You can't treat me like this. You said you loved me. Said you'd marry no one but me. She screamed into void, answered only by rain. Sophia Tao, held urn, under umbrella stepped from hall, passing Serena Liu. She paused slightly. Serena Liu reached for him but God brushed away. Sophia Tao looked at Serena Liu in mud puddle. Eyes finally showed emotion. Contempt. Serena Liu. Know what Ethan said before closing eyes. Serena Liu lifted mud-streaked face. Eyes hopeful. Sophia Tao softly. He said the greatest regret in life was glancing at you one extra time that day in the underpass. Thunder. Crack. Light in Serena Liu's eyes shattered. Sophia Tao didn't look again. Walked straight into misty rain. Black convoy roll. Carrying my last traces towards sea. Serena Liu crawled up. Staggered after. Ethan Ha, don't go. Don't go. I was wrong. Really wrong. Please take me with you. Don't leave me alone. She ran madly in rain. Shoes, lost, long ago. Feet cut, bloody, blood mingling with rainwater. Reporters swarmed. Flashes, sharp as knives. Serena Liu. Any comment on Ethan Ha's will? Seeing X. Prefer scattering ashes at sea over letting you see his face. Do you regret? Heard you abandoned sick Ethan Ha for Tyler Lamb. Is this karma? Sharp questions rain. Serena Liu covered ears, screamed in terror. The once radiant superstar, now a laughingstock scorned by the net. I hovered midair witnessing. Heart light, empty. No revenge satisfaction. No lingering pity. We're even now. No debts. Late night. Rain stopped. Serena Liu returned to the old dormitory. Spent huge sum buying whole building. Ignoring it was rubble. Pushed open rusty iron door. Room pitch dark. Faint cigarette scent lingering. Serena Liu didn't turn on light. Under moonlight, drew deep breath. Tobacco smell choked her lungs. Tears streaming. Everything same as before. Soundproofing. Scattered scores. Broken guitar. She approached, sat on old chair. Creak sounded, as if I still sat there composing. Ethan Ha. She buried face on desk. Stroked, chaotic carvings. Your breath still lingers here. Pressed face to cold wood, seeking faint warmth. Suddenly, hand hit protrusion under desk. She froze. Secret drawer under this wrecked table. Undiscovered 5 years. Serena Liu trembled. Slid latch. Click! Small drawer pop. Inside, old recorder. Paint chipped. And small box, wrapped in red cloth. Serena Liu pressed play. After electronic hum. My clear voice from 5 years ago. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Today, May 20th, 2019. I'm Ethan Ha. Today I prepare to propose to Serena. Serena Liu. Tears like rain. My voice in recording shy. I don't have much money. Can't afford big diamond ring. But I wove one from guitar strings. I want to tell her. I'll spend my life writing her the most beautiful love songs. If one day I leave before her, hope whoever finds this recorder passes to her. Serena, don't cry. I just become wind rising to clouds to protect you. Also, thing in red cloth is gift I prepared for you. Recording cut abruptly, only lingering hum after. Serena Liu opened red cloth, not ring, but neatly folded ultrasound report. Dated 3 years ago. Time she thought gastritis, and got checked. Slip, vanished after. Tyler Lamb said nothing serious. Opened report. Clear gestational SSA. Conclusion. Early intrauterine pregnancy. 6 weeks. World overturned. 3 years ago, she was pregnant. Baby Ethan has. Where's the baby? She recalled after checkup. Tyler Lamb brought sedative soup. After drinking, stomach pain like knives. Heavy bleeding. Tyler Lamb said period. Turns out miscarriage. Tyler Lamb killed her, and Ethan Ha's child himself. And Ethan Ha. Serena Liu flipped report back. Backside. My trembling handwriting. For Serena's future. This secret goes to grave with me. If Tyler Lamb betrays her, this evidence, final key to send him to hell. Wretched scream tore night. Serena Liu knelt flat, clutched ultrasound, blood gushed. She finally knew what she lost. Lover, self-respect, and child. She treated child's killer as benefactor. 3 whole years. Tyler Lamb. Serena Liu gritted, name escaping. Bloody tears streaming sockets. Face twisted. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Deep in drawer. Memory card glinting moonlight. Inside. Secrets to shake high society. Last calendar page torn. City shaking funeral 1 year past. Sophia Tao scattered my ashes at sea. That day wind strong. I watched myself become white dust, blending into deep green waves. I should have dissolved, returned to nothingness. But I remained trapped in this dim, damp basement, because here a living corpse refuses to let go. Serena, once radiant superstar, now curled on three-legged wooden chair, gaunt beyond recognition, cheekbones sharp, eyes sunken, hair dry, streaked silver, tied hastily with rubber band. 1 year gone. She quit industry, sold home, paid breach fees, bought whole crumbling dormitory, evicted everyone, living alone in my old basement, imitating me. On table, cheap beef noodle bowl, water not hot, noodles half raw. She ate heartily, copying my old manner, chewing sausage, mixing into broth, cough cough. Cheap spice made her choke, tears flowing, mouth forced smile. Ethan, ha. This noodle tastes awful, she muttered to air, voice hoarse rough. How did you eat it so happily back then? I hovered above, cold gaze down. Before, I'd pity, pour water, pat back. Now, just saw a madwoman. Finish noodles. She pulled a broken guitar from under bed, the one she salvaged, tape yellowed and peeling. She silently replaced tape again and again, finger wounds layering. Calloused over. Today probably fixed, she muttered, eyes manic yet empty. Fixed it. I'll play for you. You loved hearing me play most, right? I couldn't answer. That guitar frame, long broken, like our past, irreparable. Wall clock in corner. Struck midnight. Serena Liu stopped. Body trembled slightly. Set guitar down. Kneeled. Crawled, like devout pilgrim, to old death. Moment she awaited and feared, most daily. Trembling pulled secret drawer. Inside 2 items. First, old hearing aid stained my dried blood. Second, a cassette Sophia Tao sent month ago. No letter, just tape. Label, 5 words. Sound of the world. Serena Liu cradled hearing aid like treasure, carefully inserted into ear. Motion practice to chilling degree. Whole year, she wore it to sleep. Ethan, ha, I've put it on, she whispered, face flushed sickly. What do you want to say? Are you forgiving me? Tape inserted into old second-hand player. Index finger hovered over play, hesitated long. I hovered, sighed softly. Fool. That's not salvation. It's Sophia Tao's final sentence for you. Click. Button pressed. Tape rolled. Serena Liu closed eyes. Lips smiled. Body leaned forward, straining for each syllable. She longed for my voice, even curses, or damnation. But 1 second, 10, 1 minute, no sound, no last words, no confession. Not even electronic hum, only deadly silence. Serena Liu's smile froze. She panicked, slapped machine. Why no sound? Why no sound? Will. Maxed. D. Knobet limit. Still, utter quiet. This silence, not just soundless. Like invisible hand clamping mouth and nose, dragging deep underwater. No wind, no birds, no cars, no heartbeat. 60-minute tape. 60 minutes. Absolute vacuum. Serena Liu finally reacted. Pupils contracted violently. Face ashen. This was my world. The sound I endured. Every minute. 3 years. She opened mouth to scream. Throat veins bulging. But through hearing aid. At tape playback moment, she heard no own scream. Like fish thrown ashore, mouth gaping, no signal. Terror crushed her. She tore hearing aid off madly. Nails ripping earlobe. blood streaming, ripped off, then shocked back on. I won't remove. Won't remove. She trembled. Tears snot everywhere. This is Ethan Ha's world. I must stay with him. Can't leave him alone in there. She curled on floor, face buried in arms. Tape continued. Silent. Sentence ongoing. Sight and touch magnified infinitely in stillness. Air dust, like insects, swarming. Peeling paint on walls, like demons. Cold floor like corpse pressing back. Ethan Ha. I'm scared. Broken cry. Too quiet. Really too quiet. You lived like this. No one talking. No rain sound. No guitar. Just you alone. She finally understood. The one she called cold violent. Pretending depth like me. How he lived in hell. I watched her roll on ground. Head banging floor. Trying to create vibration against void. Sophia Tao. So cruel. Returning sound to world. Leaving her. This most despairing silence. Scene shifted. Northwest desert. High voltage grid. Tyler Lamb in gray prison uniform. Kneeling on cold tile bathroom floor. Toothbrush scrubbing toilet crevices. Once arrogant prince. Now skinny as dried monkey. Head. Scarred crisscross. From prison slacking off. No food yet. Large foot kicked his ass. Tyler Lamb tumbled into toilet. Filthy water up nose. He crawled up. Face servile. Brother long. Sorry, scrubbing now. Be clean right away. 2. Coward. Muscular brother long spat. Turn to TV replay in rec room. 1-year memorial of music genius, Ethan Ha. Fund named after him helped 3-0 hearing impaired kids. TV showed my photo. And endless winds rise. Melody echoed empty cell. Tyler Lamb froze. Stared screen terrified. Whole year. This song nightmare haunting. Meals yard. Even dreams melody. Psalms great. Brother long sighed. Shame kid died young. Heard killed by rich young master. Inmates laughed. Eyes malicious on him. Hey young Master Lamb. They're talking about you. Heard you forced kneeling. Even killed his kid. They surrounded. Cracking knuckles. No, not me. Tyler Lamb shrank corner trembling. I'm innocent. I didn't kill. Innocent my ass. Fists rained. Screams blended. Winds rise climax. Playing absurd, grotesque symphony. I withdrew gaze. Evil gets evil's due. His remaining life in violence and fear. Until rotting in mud. Vision back to basement. Tape reached end. Click. Play button pop. 60 suffocating minutes over. Serena Liu like fished from water, soaked, collapsed, gasping heavily, eyes vacant. Dawn came, through vent window weak sunlight, dust dancing. Serena Liu dazedly followed light beam. Suddenly reached as if grasping something. Ethan Ha, she muttered in near-death hallucination. Seemed to see me in light. In faded, white shirt. Guitar over shoulder. Holding grass ring, smiling gently. You came to take me? She crawled up, staggered toward light. Legs, long numb. 2 steps. Hard fall. Forehead hit desk edge. Blood poured eyes. But no pain felt. Just stared blankly at illusion. I know you haven't. Gone. You can't bear leaving me. I'll sing for you. Sing winds rise. Our song. She braced wall. Stood shakily. Cleared throat. Once, heavenly voice. Ruined by screams. Booze. Smoking. Wind outside still. Voice, hoarse. Harsh like scrap metal. You should go too. Completely off key. But she sang earnestly. waving at dust in dawnlight, like curtain call before stadium tens of thousands. Sell this heart. For bus ticket, high note reached. She suddenly lost voice. Mouth open, throat only wheezing fragments. No full syllable. Final performance. My swan song farewell. Hers. Life sentence beginning. Saying her madness. Last ripple in my heart still. Woman who once made me love hate to bone. Deed with smoke 1 year ago. This one, merely soulless husk, imprisoned by memory and regret. She wore deadly hearing aid. Locked herself forever in my cage. No need to see more. I turn to face light. Body, lightning. Weight of staying in world fading. Time to go. Behind. Serena Liu in deathly silence. Mumbling song voiceless. Into void again and again. Wind stilled. Basement. No echo. Only tape labeled. Sound of the world. Quiet on desk. Like black eye. Coldly witnessing all.